Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friends?
Oh, I'm doing great today, bud. Beautiful day out, beautiful weather. Been holding up a lot too, which is great. And the Mets won last night, so definitely excited to talk some baseball today.
Last 30 days, if you had to put a number on it, percentage of times we've came in here, both teams won. What would you say, honestly?
Percentage of times in the last 30 days. I think it only happened once, honestly. So like actually.
So whatever percentage that is.
Yeah.
Well, this would technically be two today.
Yeah. Oh, true.
It is amazing how that works. And just, I don't know. I know, your concerns, of course, still exist. But just, even for just, if it's a temporary thing, but just for a day, like just how much better you feel than 24 hours ago.
I mean, it's not night and day, but it's better. Yeah, of course.
Something to get excited about.
For sure, dude.
So much to talk about, but as we know, it's Wednesday. It's time to preview the PGA Tour. And we have a good one this week. The Memorial Tournament, hosted by Jack Nicklaus, Muirfield Village, Dublin, Ohio. Always been one of the more prestigious non-major tournaments. 120 men field here, and really plays like a major championship course. It's difficult. There's thick rough. The greens are difficult to read. So it's always just such a good time there. And of course, as you can imagine, a tournament with this stature, tons of big names in this field. For starters, Jon Rahm, kind of the consensus favorite. He did win in 2020. And I'm trying to think, Tony, I think we were doing the Sports Port when this happens. I don't know if you remember this. So it was this tournament. It was, I think, 2021. He had a 8-shot lead after the third round, but because of a positive COVID test, had to withdraw. And then the next 2 weeks later, won the U.S. Open.
Wow.
At Torrey Pines. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
And it was one of those things when it was like, it just didn't feel right. Obviously he should have won, but then I think like Morikawa won or whatever. And it's like, I mean, they were 8 shots back and like, they just like are handed the trophy. Like, that was ridiculous. And especially with golf. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, he couldn't have just played by himself.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's very literally like, don't go near him.
No, you can't do that.
That's ridiculous.
That was one of the toughest things I had seen somebody, that'll never happen again. I mean, something like that.
So technically, like, he didn't make any money off of the tournament. Nothing.
Nope. But then it's like the golf gods were with him, winning at Torrey Pines 2 weeks later. So
that's sick.
That was really something. But obviously, he's the big headliner. You also have Patrick Cantlay, who's won here actually twice, 2019, 2021, 646 in terms of cuts made. Scotty Scheffler, another guy who's performed well here, hasn't won, but is on a tied 5th, tied 2nd, tied 3rd streak right now coming into this tournament. And the last time he played this tournament, he did finish 3rd in 2021. Xander Schauffele, a name that we always see at the top of the leaderboard, not necessarily winning it, but always in contention. And then you got Rory McIlroy, who rallied to finish tied 7th at Oak Hill. Ricky Fowler, 2-time runner-up at this tournament and has not missed an edition of this tournament since his rookie year in 2010. You have the Canadian Corey Connors, who was leading, at Oak Hill for a little bit. Always has been, in contention and is 4 for 4 with cuts made at Muirfield Village, including 2 top 25s. one of your favorite guys, Terrell Hatton. And it's only his second appearance at this tournament. Last played in 2019, tied 33rd, but in good form. Tied 19th, tied 3rd, tied 5th, tied 15th. Former Open champion Shane Lowry, Sahith Theegala, Jordan Spieth coming off a missed cut last week at Colonial. You have Siwoo Kim. You have Victor Hovland, and they were actually talking about this on PGA Tour Radio this morning, how in the last year his scoring average has decreased by 2 strokes at major tournaments. So he was like 71 and change, and now he's 69 and change. So he used to struggle at the majors, not make the cut. Now that's gone down. So it seems like he's rounding into form. Adam Scott, and his last 2 tied 5th, tied 8th. So he's playing well. And then Sanjay Im, coming off back-to-back missed cuts, usually does rebound, after a tough stretch. Last year's champion Billy Horschel. You have JT, who seemingly since last year's PGA Championship really has struggled. If you think about it, Tony, I mean, all the golf tournaments we've talked about since then, when are we ever talking about Justin Thomas in the winner's circle? We're not. He hasn't won, and he's barely even in contention.
What do you think it is?
Mental, right? I mean, we know he's talented.
Yeah.
So you would think it's a matter of time before he turns it around. Another guy who's been disappointing, showing great flashes at times, Colin Morikawa. And then you have Jason Day and Emiliano Grillo, who of course won last week. So tons of names, and just going to be a great tournament. And like I said, one of the best non-major tournaments on the PGA Tour. So definitely looking forward to watching this one. And it's just kind of cool. The reason why it's called Muirfield Village is, it's supposed to be like a course that's overseas. Muirfield in like Europe, for instance. So that's why it's called Muirfield Village. So it plays like a a European course,
kind of funny,
kind of cool.
Yeah, and they're in Dublin, Ohio.
Right. Like, what are the chances, right?
Yeah, right.
So kind of interesting. We know U.S. Open around the corner. The guys are gearing up for this tough field. What are you thinking here?
Do you have a weather report? Try to look it up right now.
Dublin, Ohio weather.
Saturday, wow, 40% chance, lightning and thunder, dude. But Friday and Sunday are nice, dude. Wow.
Yeah, Sunday's perfect.
Yeah, Sunday's perfect. I don't know. I'm gonna say Saturday's kind of tough with the rain, but I'll say give me Cantley.
Interesting.
Why not? The experience I think tells, especially in a lot of tournaments here. You said he's won it twice back in the day. I got a good feeling about him.
3-time champ. I mean, I'm sure there's not too many of those running around.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it. Let's go with Cantley. What is he, like 10-1 odds, I think, or something? He's favorited, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, power rankings wise, they have him listed second.
Okay.
So he's right up there. This is tough and very out of the box. He's been a runner up here twice. He's kind of had a resurgent run the past year. Michael's guy, Ricky Fowler, hoisting the trophy, shaking Jack's hand on the 18th green, Tony. How about that?
I like that. That's nice. Runner up twice, you say?
Runner up twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't won in quite some time, but you just feel like the way he's played the past year, he's due, one way or another.
Oh, yeah. Michael's got to be riled.
If you would, Tony, too, any way you could give me a sleeper.
I'll go with Hovland.
Yeah. But like obviously you're not expecting him to win. What are you kind of minimum expecting out of him though?
I mean, honestly, like top 6.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could definitely see it.
What are you?
It is really tough. But I'm gonna go with former Masters champion Danny Willett.
Wow, dude.
So someone who we haven't seen win in a while.
Old guy?
No, he's mid to upper 30s.
Okay.
So something different. But definitely excited to watch this tournament.
Where do you think Rahm's gonna place?
Rahm, I mean, it's like really, I want to pick him.
Yeah.
Because he plays here so well, but I think he's a top 5 lock, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't want to pick him. I'm going to pick him next week.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think I'm a lock to always mess up the headphone jack?
Yeah, it seems like it, dude.
Well, while I'm taking care of that, Tony, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Throw deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
And the runs keep pouring on in as last night, the New York Yankees in Seattle defeat the Mariners 10-2, their third straight game with 10 runs, which is really remarkable. Think back to a couple weeks ago, a month ago, how much this team had struggled to hit. And it's like even the first inning, it seems like they're always scoring a couple runs these days, including 3 in the first in this one. And it was a nice blend. You had a couple home runs as well as a bunch of hits, 12 hits. And then also, in terms, 3 hits with runners in scoring position. And everybody in the starting lineup, other than Trevino and LeMahieu, had hits. How about IKF, Tony? Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 hits yesterday.
You said you didn't like him yesterday.
I said that he's, all things considered, he's playing well. So that average is up to 243. And we went into this game. There was concern about Nestor. I think everything's not completely alleviated. But he did give him 5 solid innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks. So that's a little high there, but 6 strikeouts. And the only reason that he went 5 was just because the pitch count was high, 101 pitches, 66 for strikes. So I think it's safe to say that he's working his way back. That wasn't vintage Nestor, but, against a lineup that's not easy to navigate, you'll take it. And especially when your bullpen's going to give you 4 scoreless innings on top of an offense that's giving you 12 hits and 10 runs.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
Michael King continues his run, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So his ERA sitting at 1.76. And then Weber, did pitch the last 2 innings, 1 hit and 1 strikeout. His ERA is at 2.92. So seemingly it seems like the Yankees keep kind of bringing along these unheralded guys out of the bullpen and just having a lot of success. And I was just going to look this up. Okay, so it had been 3 days since Michael King pitched, but I was almost surprised. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a blowout. Like, why is Michael King pitching 2 innings? But I guess he hadn't pitched in 3 days. But I don't like, what do you have any kind of opinion on that? Like, like how long somebody should go, and then you don't want to waste them because you don't know, let's say you're gonna have 3 out of 4 games that are close coming up. Like, is that a dumb move to pitch him 2 innings in a blowout?
No, I don't think so. I mean, actually, I don't know. I mean, the 2 innings is kind of tough. It's one thing to put him there for an inning, but he threw 2.
They were up 5 when he came into the game.
Yeah, that's pretty odd to see how many pitches he threw. 36 pitches, like it's a good amount, over the course of 2 innings.
Now,
like,
I mean, is he done for 3 days? I mean, minimum 2.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, probably. So,
and if like there's a close game tonight,
you can't use him.
No, and he's like ridiculous. What do you think they should do, honestly? Because, like, I mean, he's got the closer stuff, but he has the durability being a former starter to pitch multiple innings. Like, how do you think they should handle him going forward? Do you think that they should try to make him more of a traditional closer, or do you like what they're doing now, kind of pitching him at all spots?
I like what they're doing now. It's working.
Yeah, because if you have that ability to go multiple innings,
let him.
Yeah, because I mean, he is. You must have never thought in a million years he was going to get to this level. Think about the Michael King bite.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It really is crazy how good he is now.
Like, I almost would take him over any reliever in the game.
Yeah,
almost.
Sinker, dude.
The slider, the bite. It's like what we're talking about with Scherzer. So that's something to be excited about. And then Obviously anytime, you score 10 runs, you get 12 hits. Gleyber Torres, seems to be heating up. He was 2 for 5. Aaron Judge, I mean, an 18th home run. He's actually, despite missing 10 games, Tony, he's ahead of last year's pace with 18 home runs, hitting 303, slugging
Crazy.
691. So I mean, he's been unbelievable. Good eye at the plate again last night with those 2 walks. Willie Calhoun was even 2 for 5 last night, so he contributed. We mentioned IKF. It's definitely been a blessing, and obviously with Stanton coming back, they could put Judge in center. And then go with Stanton and right, maybe IKF and left, shuffle some things around, Oswaldo Cabrera, still hitting under 200, but nice to have that versatility with IKF that he can back up. That was like some bite trying to come through or something.
I have no idea. That was so weird.
But it's nice, his versatility. You like to see that. And then Volpe, it was a 1 for 5 night, but a big 3-run homer. So absolute bomb to left field too. So you love to see that.
That's awesome.
And you hope that this can jumpstart him because, he's got 8 home runs. That's pretty impressive. And you'd expect, the contact rate to go up. He's just been going through it. And sometimes all you need is one thing to jumpstart. Also, Jose Trevino came off the injured list in this game, so nice to get your starting catcher back. Who knows if it's a coincidence or not? Because I know in the past Cole had struggled pitching to Higashioka. I think it was last year or the year before.
Yeah.
So now Trevino's back, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any type of correspondence there. Greg Allen homered, but you would imagine with Donaldson coming back, Senga coming back, he's going to be part of the roster crunch.
Yeah.
Kind of a waste of time, but I guess, I think what it is like with the Mets, with the Castro, it's like they just love having that one pinch runner guy that you feel like can steal a base at any time.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I heard Donaldson didn't do too well last night in the minors.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Befur say?
No, I heard Rick and Dave were talking about it. Him and
he-
Stanton were both hitless last night.
Oh, okay. But they always talk about just getting through those rehab assignments. And but either way, I mean, like we've talked about many times, I mean, Donaldson is not going to be a factor.
No. And by the way, ESPN.com is identifying Michael King's
Sweeper
slider as a sweeper.
This is where it all goes downhill.
That's so crazy, dude.
We just got to stop with the sweeper. Stop with the sweeper.
I just don't get it. It seems like they're kind of forcing it in there.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
Never know these days what they're trying to force,
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
Absolutely
weird.
nuts.
So weird.
But yeah, so I mean, really, all in all, you feel good about this one. Didn't like to see, let's see, I think it was in the 2nd inning, but Volpe with that another error, is 7th of the season. After a great start in the field, he's kind of struggled a little bit. So you just want to see him, sure up that defense. And then DJ, we talked about yesterday, 0 for 5, average down to 243. And I know he struggled before getting hurt when he was up here, but I do feel like Oswald Peraza would be performing better than DJ LeMay, who's on fire in AAA.
Yeah.
He's been one of your top prospects. He's a better fielder than Volpe. It does feel like he should be up here, and that, obviously Calhoun hasn't been bad, or Jake Bowers.
Right.
Cabrera has been struggling. Greg Allen. There should be some ways to shuffle this around that we can.
Are
get
you
him on the
able to
roster.
send DJ down or no?
No. But phantom injury. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Headache. Yeah, headache. Vision problems.
Yeah, dude.
So all in all, though, it's just I wonder if they'll go monthly record here, but the Yankees, I mean, you couldn't ask for more recently. And the Rays lost last night. So now the lead is only down to 5. I believe it was up to 9, possibly 10 even.
Definitely 10.
So let's see. Yankees record May 2023. Let's see. Maybe Baseball Reference, usually it is ridiculous, though. I can't just put that in Google and then,
Baseball Reference doesn't pop up with a link.
No, but they should go month by month. I mean, are you kidding, Tony?
Something wrong?
It's like, do I really have to count it. Like, that's ridiculous. No, I think it should go to like okay, you know how they do like split stats for players. Let's just see here.
Team
Stats, schedule and results.
Oh, you got to count them?
I'm hoping that it's just a drop down. Okay.
What do you got?
So, one opening day when I was there, 14 and 14 in April. And how about 19 and 9, Tony, with a chance to win their 20th game of the month tonight.
Nice. Baseball Reference you're on?
Baseball Reference.
Yeah, it was right there. So nice, dude.
Yeah. So, love to see that. I'm kind of curious too. I know they were buried because of the poor start.
Dude.
I'm kind of curious. You haven't looked up runs per game, like stats for teams recently, have you?
No.
So I just want to see how spot on you are with this. So give me the Mets and give me the Yankees, 1 through 30, where they rank.
Where they rank in the league on highest
Runs per game.
Runs per game.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude. Runs per game. I'm trying to see now. I would say the Yankees currently, like after like after these past 3 games. I want to say the Yankees are going to be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, tied for 9th.
Time for 9th.
There he goes.
Okay, cool. Not bad. The
Mets, the Metropolitans.
Probably under the 50 percentile, maybe 18th.
19th. I mean, pretty close.
All right,
there.
dude.
Pretty close. Wow. And then I'm curious if you one more thing for you here on these. I feel like you kind of like this team stat stuff.
Yeah, this is fun.
So give me the team that averages the least amount of runs per game.
Is it the A's?
Yep, 3.47. And then who averages the most? Feel like you might not get it.
Dodgers?
No, they're third, 5.59.
Oh, I feel like it's not going to be the Braves.
A team that I've said going into this year, I thought they could make the playoffs.
The Rangers?
6.37.
Really, dude?
Yep. So, you love to see that. Yeah. Well, you don't love to see that. But yeah. So, I mean, I think things are in a really good spot here. I really want to take this last game of the series, get the sweep. And then we're on to Los Angeles. I feel like you can't beat that. Obviously, a big part of it being
facing Los Angeles
Dodgers. Obviously a big part of it just being that, you don't play the Dodgers often.
Right.
But also, the whole East Coast, West Coast. It's just like and it's like an historic place. It's the biggest stadium in the major leagues, one of the oldest too. And I feel like they've done a really good job, kind of similar to the Packers, where you keep the bones, the infrastructure in place, but you still modernize the stadium.
Yeah, the 3rd oldest stadium.
Yeah, because I think
it's gotta be Fenway and Wrigley.
Or
Wrigley then Fenway.
The Angels is up there too. I don't know if Dodger Stadium has it beat or not, but the Angels Stadium, like, people are excited about the Angels Stadium.
Did you see
the Big O is what they call it?
Yeah, what the hell, dude? Oldest stadium in MLB. Yeah, it's Anaheim is 4th.
Anaheim's 4th. Okay.
Dodgers and then Angel Stadium.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I didn't realize too. I'm kind of tight. Off day tomorrow.
Oh, really?
It's just and you know what's a crazy statistic too? Month of June, Tony.
What do you got? 0
Monday games for the Yankees. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose, you think?
Quirks of the schedule, Manfred, So it's an interesting part of the schedule here, because you get 3 in Los Angeles, and then you're home for 6 games, the White Sox and the Red Sox. So you feel like you should be able to win a decent amount of those games. And then June 13th and June 14th, Citi Field, baby. The New York Metropolitans. Those games have been entertaining and exciting the last couple of years. Did we ever get a reason why the matchups between the teams are only always 2 games?
No, never.
Originally, it wasn't.
No.
And then I think when they started doing rotating divisions every year before they went to the play every team schedule that they have this year,
then it changed it up.
It changed it too. I mean, if you had to give me a reason why you think they do that?
No idea, dude.
The only thing I'm thinking is just to kind of squeeze it in the schedule. They're right next to each other. So versus like if you're going to go to LA, we'd rather have you there for 3 days because you're making the cross country trip.
Yeah, true. And I guess maybe like, if it's only one less game, more people are going to go to make sure they go to one of those.
I feel like everyone's still going to go though. The tickets are always expensive no matter what the records of the teams are.
You going?
You never know. Tickets as low as 61, 63. Not bad. I feel like they've been higher last couple of years. Probably,
dude.
The Mets, the attendance.
I'll go.
Yeah.
What is it? June what?
13th and 14th.
Friday, Saturday.
But see, this is why they always
Saturday, Sunday,
Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, what are we doing? Like, here we go. Like they do that too. Well, and I know it's because it's a 2-game series, but it's always midweek.
That's beat, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that's got to be worked out. And then also, like Dog was ranting about this the other day. The ridiculousness of not having every team play on Labor Day, 4th of July, and Memorial Day.
Yeah, that is beat.
Like,
yeah, it's so weird. Why wouldn't I? Yeah.
No, it's poor planning.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think. They definitely have, like, they've played in the past.
Oh yeah.
Like all the time. Just like this season, they just didn't.
No. But the last couple of years has been not every team. Like the Yankees last year, all 3 of those days did not have a game.
That sucks, dude.
That's some of the worst planning. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, let's have Pittsburgh out there.
Yeah,
let's head out to the Coliseum. I mean,
so stupid.
Ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, on the mound tonight, Clark Schmidt, 5.58. Opposed by George Kirby. So this one, another 940 start here. Seattle, the disrespect continues, minus 140. Kirby, though, I mean, I get it. He's a better pitcher. Schmidt obviously has had a tough time. Seems like he's somewhat turned a corner recently. But of course, the big thing here, the Yankee offense just being on fire. Bader was placed on the injured list yesterday. Rizzo sat out yesterday, hoping to get him back in the lineup today. So you think about him coming back, so that should help the offense, give another guy an opportunity to step up. And Schmidt, I mean, if he could come close to what he's done 3 out of his last 4 starts, it was 5 innings, 1 earned, 5 innings, 2 earned. In 6 innings, 2 earned. So, with the 1 start against Tampa where he got, pounded, but who hasn't gotten hammered by the Rays this year. So I think there's a chance to pitch well, but it's such a wild card. I think to give it a parallel, maybe somewhere in between McGill and Carrasco for you with Schmidt.
For me, personally,
I'm saying how I feel every time he's on the mound.
How you feel? Oh, it's tough, dude.
Because I don't think he's as bad as Carrasco, honestly.
I feel like he'd be better than McGill, even. Though.
Yeah, you would do it straight up.
Maybe not straight up.
So you don't think he's better?
I don't know. It's tough.
Because a part of you still thinks McGill. You've seen the flashes,
yeah.
But it's like, how long are we gonna wait?
I know, dude.
But then he could be an all-star reliever.
Yeah, the second we get rid of him, he's going to go to like the Phillies or something. He's going to be good.
Yeah. So interesting. We'll talk more about that in a second. But obviously, good place to be. Best record in the league in May. Offense on fire. Closing ground with Tampa. So we are excited. And I know Tony, maybe temporarily, is excited about the 2-0 win over the Phillies yesterday.
Yeah, not bad. Obviously the big storyline we talked about yesterday, was the fact that Senga was on the mound. And we were really like hammering how like he just gave up all these runs, not going deep into games, no location, all these walks, throws a lot of balls here, doesn't throw a lot of strikes. And last night, his final line was 7 innings pitched, gave up only 1 hit, only 1 runner was on base the entire time. No walks, no earned runs, 9 strikeouts. I think 7 of those strikeouts coming from the forkball.
Wow.
And then the other 2 came up from fastballs. So
bottom dropping out of the fork.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty sweet, and it just seemed like everyone was swinging and missing, like everyone. We talked about how just a little bit more than half like of his pitches in May have been strikes. Yesterday he threw 100 pitches, 66 of them were strikes. So definitely had more command than usual. Like I said, the forkball was really going, and then, his fastball was also locating when he needed to go to it too. He was setting up a lot of batters. for the forkball with his fastball, which was really impressive. Honestly, it was a great start for him. And actually funny too. I saw I think Steve Gelbs was talking about a tweet he had, or some Mets reporter from back the early on in the season, with an interview of Senga asking what team he looks forward to the most to face, and he was saying it's the Phillies. He said he wants to pitch against the Phillies the most, which was kind of funny to see that, because I guess maybe he's just been doing his homework on their lineup and he knew exactly where to pitch and how to pitch to him, and it obviously worked here. Low scoring game, obviously, as you can tell. Mets, win this one 2-0. Scoring was few and far between. Bottom of the fourth, Lindor had a home run. I think is maybe his 8th or 10th of the season. 403 feet to left center. I think Lindor, this hot streak, against even the Rockies, he was playing really well. Right now against the Phillies, his latter half of May has certainly been really good. I think a lot of people maybe harp on him a little bit too much. I understand the big contract, you expect to perform and everything like that, but he's a phenomenal defender. The RBIs have certainly been there. I think the home runs are getting there. The extra base hits are there. Unfortunately, his average is probably lower than you want it. But like I said, he's performing in other aspects of the game. I understand it was his 10th home run, by the way, 40 RBIs in the season. That's really good. It's tied for 8th in the league with RBIs. And average is where he kind of suffers a little bit, 227 right now. Which is you definitely want, better average from him. But honestly, I think Lindor is doing a really good job. Interesting too. It was the second day in a row that Brett Baty didn't start. Second game in a row, I should say.
Vientos started though, right? Or no?
Yeah, DH. Escobar at third. Speaking of Escobar, bottom of the 7th, he had a solo shot. RBI single. Sorry.
He's heating up though. Didn't he homer the game before?
The game before he had that solo shot. He is heating up. And yesterday, he batted 9th, 2 for 3 with an RBI. So he kind of is heating up a little bit. And obviously Escobar is someone who's kind of suffered in terms of his production. And a lot of people were like, oh, great clubhouse guy. We want to keep. Let's wait him out. But obviously Brett Baty came in and changed some things. So I think it's pretty interesting. You got to wonder why Baty didn't start for, back-to-back games. They tried Escobar. I don't know if maybe Baty had the IL or something's ailing him or something, because he wasn't doing a terrible job. Yeah, maybe his back could be a little better, but still in big spots, he came up and his defense has been rounding out. So,
and not to mention the lumps we talked about. Playing right through.
Exactly. So it's interesting. I guess we'll see, if he starts tonight.
You think that's Buck's doing or no?
Yeah, I do.
See,
he loves Escobar. He really likes Escobar.
I can't believe I never would have guessed from the day that Buck Showalter was introduced as manager that you would be as tight as you are right now. Yeah. You're tight. You're done. You actually, if it was up to you, I almost think you'd want him fired. I really do.
It's just some decisions that are just so weird.
It's gallant. It literally is.
Yeah,
gallant.
It kind of is. It's so odd. And, I used to really like the way he talked to media and stuff. It protects the players. But he's just so he doesn't really give any answers about really anything. So it's just how do I expect? What can I expect here? Sort of deal.
Right.
Tommy Pham in left field, by the way, last night. I don't know, dude. He's someone too. I've been saying it for a little while. Bring up Mauricio, throw him at second, or throw Vientos at second, and then put McNeil in the outfield. Put him in left field. I just don't understand why that hasn't happened yet. Alvarez, by the way, moving to the 2 spot in the lineup, went 0 for 4 last night.
Don't play with fire, Tony.
You really shouldn't play with fire at all. So I was a little hesitant of that. But other than that, like I said, a lot of this obviously low scoring game here. So not a lot of offense to talk about. Obviously the big storyline is going to be Senga and really kind of controlling the Phillies lineup and really just absolutely shut them down. Because, without that, obviously the Mets weren't scoring a lot. You look at their team stats here. 6 men left on base. They were 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position with Escobar, but obviously, they didn't have runners in scoring position very often. But other than that, bullpen did great. Ottavino came out there, did solid. He looked like he was getting a little frustrated, it seemed. But he got a big strikeout to close out the inning. With I think he walked he had 2 outs, I think line out, like 2 fly outs, whatever, walked the next batter. So the runner was on. I forget whoever was up, and it was a 3-2 count too. He got himself like kind of battled back a little bit and just like I think it was fastball past him to get the strikeout. So that was nice to see from Ottavino. And then Robertson closed out the game too, so that he looked good too. Give him just a hit, got a strikeout.
I can't get a feel for Ottavino though, because I have him on my fantasy team.
Right.
It seemed like there hasn't been a consistent run recently. Any kind of idea as to why?
Honestly, I really thought it was a little bit mental in terms of as of recent, him coming in high leverage situations or coming in with just a 1-run lead or a 2-run lead, such as last night, and he would buckle a little bit. And I think you kind of saw him last night. It was very weird. He looked nervous on the mound. I was talking to Jay about it too. We were watching the game. And he looked nervous, and it was a 2-2 count or a 1-2 count. And he like took the pitch clock violation, like wasn't ready and like took the ball, like took his extra time and everything. And then ended up like striking out the guy. So I think it was nerves. But it seemed like he overcame it. I mean, it was a big strikeout for him, and he was riled after it, walking back to the dugout. The stadium was absolutely rocking too. So hopefully, he's getting more used to that pressure, and he'll be, continuing to perform like that. So it was interesting. I don't think I've seen that this season. A pitcher taking the pitch clock violation.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Right.
I haven't, but it hasn't happened like when I've been watching the game like live. So I mean, I think it's positive that you had Senga, pitching that way, and Robertson getting the job done.
Mets, by the way, are 14-0 when starting pitching go more than 6 innings.
How many times? Oh, well,
14 times.
14 out of what? 55?
Yeah. It obviously doesn't happen a lot.
Not too much. And I mean, any reason though that I know obviously you're happy that you won, but 2 runs, 6 hits. I mean, anything you saw, with the offense?
I think there was definitely like, I don't know. Again, Alvarez 0 for 4. That's definitely unlikely. Unlike him, I would say, and it's got to be contributed to the move up in the lineup or something like that. He looked great behind the plate, but other than that, I mean the at bats. I mean, like, what do you expect from Tommy Pham? I think Alonso honestly is trying to hit home runs, and he's swinging and missing a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously Lindor did well. Nimmo had a couple like tough at bats. So I just think maybe the lineup just struggled a little bit dealing with the Phillies and everything. I don't know if you saw too. Nimmo had a great robbed Castellanos from a home run. And then the inning after, Castellanos robbed him of like probably like an RBI double.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Would it make like our top catches list or?
No, probably not. It really wasn't that crazy. I mean, again, like I do think people in general like overhype. I mean, again, like stealing a home run is great, but it's like it was right at the wall and he just like kind of jumped and caught it. Like it's nothing crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Now
what are your thoughts? You get the win and you're thinking about last night, you're thinking about today, to the phrase, you're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher.
Well, I mean, that's not a great phrase that I like that much looking at, tonight's, pitching matchup. I mean, we know about Carrasco here. We know about, his last outing, specifically, you want to look at that, like just kind of isolate that outing. It was good. 6 2/3, 1 earned run against the Cubs. That was one of the Mets like one off, like they scored 10 runs, only gave up 1 earned run. It was a solo home run. He only had 2 walks, 4 Ks. It was great, dude. And again, like, I guess if you want to look at it, like you've been kind of looking at Kadai Senga, like, all right, like last outing was good. Maybe you can follow it up just like Senga did. Hopefully, Carrasco can. I mean, Philadelphia, obviously, we saw it last night. I mean, their offense, we saw it all season, really. Their offense has been struggling.
Trey Turner, Mr. Baseball Classic, and then nothing.
Dude, nothing right now, dude.
Yeah.
So it's possible Carrasco comes out here and pitches well. For me, I'm in the same boat as I was yesterday with Senga. I mean, I'm not totally optimistic about it. And I think that if again, my game plan yesterday was for the Mets to score a lot of runs in order to win. Obviously, that was really the opposite of the case here. But I still think that if we're going to win, it's going to come from our offense. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. I think there will be runs given up. We're not going to be putting out Ottavino and Robertson tomorrow or tonight, rather, probably. So
Drew Smith to close.
Bring him to set up, maybe. What happens if Crosser goes 5? You going to throw Rayleigh in there? I know. It's like not great. It sucks a little bit. So you really want, I mean, let's try and get, 15-0 with starting pitchers going over 6 innings. So again, he went 6 2/3 against the Cubs, so it's possible. And he's going to need to do that to win.
Will he, though?
I think he will. I'm going to go on the limb. I'm going to say he wins. I'm going to say he does go 7 innings, 3 earned runs, maybe 1 walk, 5, 6 Ks, maybe.
Topping out at 89.
Yeah, topping out. Wow, yeah. Over 7 innings.
What does he actually throw, though? 92?
For his fastball? Yeah, I think it's like 93, 92.
But like with Cleveland, right? At one point, I mean, he was hitting 95, 96.
Was he?
Like, 5-6 years ago?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, like, he actually was an all-star pitcher. Like, I feel like we forget about that.
Yeah, for like a little bit.
Yeah. It's kind of like Sonny Gray, for instance. Like, the perception here is so negative, but you look at his career elsewhere, and he pitches well.
Look at Sonny Gray now.
And it's like, I still, even though we've talked about this so many times, I still just don't quite get it. And it, like, just with the pitchers and not performing, like with the Yankees, like, just that mental seems like it leads the way.
Yeah, it has to. It's the pressures of the New York market. I mean, we've seen some players even talk about it sometimes. So,
and is it just like, I guess, like trying to, and then making the perfect pitch too? Cause it's like, to right field, there's not much room for error,
right,
if they're going that way. So I guess that's part of it. And I'm speaking of perfect pitches, I'm not expecting too many of them tonight out of Clark Schmidt. But
boy.
Seattle, I don't know. They've been inconsistent this year. I think there's a chance that he could go 6 innings and give up 3 earned runs.
You don't sound very confident.
It could be a 3-3 game going
very
into the
good
7th, and then Aaron Judge could hit his 19th home run of the
all-time
season.
classic, Tony.
Really tearing it up there at T-Mobile. So I think once again a little rally action. No 10 runs tonight, but I think they'll find a way to win this one. I think 6-4. Maybe Wandy in for the save.
I like that.
Was ice in his veins. I mean, Abreu, I think he pitched 2 innings. The night before, so he probably has another day off.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, I think we get the sweep, and I'm excited for this Dodgers series. I think up to this point, you could argue. I mean, I guess tied for the biggest litmus test that we're going to see, other than when we played Tampa. And then you got the whole scenario, Stanton going home, first game's back, first time there since the All-Star game when he hit the home run and then was injured the rest of the year. So I'm excited about that, honestly. Yankees Dodgers, man. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be very competitive.
Especially coming off an off day, coming off a sweep.
You guys know what pitchers you're facing?
Yeah. So ESPN, I feel like, the one thing that we don't give them credit for, the probable starting pitchers, they do a great job. They go far out. When you go to the scheduling tab,
that's
nice. Anybody out there who, hasn't checked that out. So for the Dodgers series, Severino Kershaw, Cole versus undecided, and then Herman versus Miller. Bobby Miller, 24 years old, 2-0, 1.64 earned run average this year. Only 2 starts, but a highly touted guy. So I don't, the Dodgers pitch so well. I mean, you would think it's a lower scoring series. I don't know. Between that guy, like a young guy who's having success, I mean, usually it's tough for them to hit. I know the Miller that pitched for Seattle was having success and they beat him around. But
I can see these two teams just like trading home runs like every inning, honestly. Sometimes.
But you think Severino Kershaw pitching duel or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Kershaw legend.
Yeah, he really is, dude.
It's a shame he never wanted to leave LA. But he just feel like he's like Trout in a way. Like just no matter what, with wins, with losses, like he wants to stay put.
Yeah, you gotta respect that, dude.
And got off to a great start this year, but 3 out of his last 5 starts, he's lasted 5 innings or less to give it up 4 earned runs.
Really?
So maybe we're catching him at the right time. Yeah.
Who are they
ERA
against?
ballooning to 3.32. Tampa was the last start. St. Louis to start before that. And then the other start was against the Padres.
Wow. Interesting.
So that'll be a fun series. But like I said, let's start with a win today, Tony.
It's all about, dude.
What do you got for number 2?
My next pick, I'm really tempted to just go with the Braves.
I guess is made $1 million. Made $1 million fading them.
That's what Prefer said in the comments here. He does say, "I'm rich. Placed a bet on the Athletics beating the Braves 2 nights in a row and won $1 million." You think it's true?
But for a comedy hour,
Might be, dude. He also says IKF for president, dude.
I mean, like I said, he's making an impression for me, but like definitely as a bench player.
Right.
He really should not be starting every day.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. This is gonna my next pick here.
Emergency catcher too, by the way, which is nice. IKF.
Oh
Used to be a
yeah,
catcher.
oh that's right.
Yeah.
Dude. That's pretty sick.
But you look so small behind the plate.
Yeah,
like, that would be ridiculous. Wow, Renee.
Oh, wow, Renee
honestly,
comes
I
in.
don't
with
even remember the last time I saw Renee.
Really?
Honestly.
When was the last time you saw her?
The horseshoe, I think.
Was that last Sunday?
Yeah, like not this
not
past
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Before. Wow, that's crazy, dude.
She says, "Great show, guys.
Bonds."
So appreciate hearing from Renee. But yeah, so what were you saying for number 2?
We were just talking about him. Texas Rangers, I'm taking.
Who's pitching? Dane Dunning.
1.67 ERA.
The weather has to make you happy for golf.
Wow, dude. For the golf, dude.
No, but wasn't that picture sick though, honestly, yesterday?
So sick, dude.
I know that's gonna be a bite. The courses, Tony. The new just give me a different course every time. I love just bouncing around course to course.
Yeah.
You gotta be itching at this point.
To golf, yeah, I honestly I am. Even just to get outside, honestly, and like play a sport. Like yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Michael, where are you? We gotta set it up with Matt.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah,
and not change the plans.
Yeah, well, I think we're good now because I think the schedule is a little less hectic.
Bring an extra camera shot too.
Well, I guess the credit all goes to Anthony.
Oh, well, you make it look good, dude.
I try my best.
Yeah, okay. All right. So Dane Dunning, 1.67 ERA, 4-0 in the season.
Martin Perez, though, tread carefully type of deal, or
yeah, I guess, but I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel like he's just absolutely just killing it. And a couple of years ago, I feel like he was like one of the top pitchers for the White Sox.
Oh,
and
right.
Then absolutely just kind of tanked a little bit.
Yeah.
I think had an injury maybe.
Oh, Michael is
really killed him. Michael, golf ASAP. Renee says set up a wiffle ball game, she says. And then as long as LA Barnaby puts it on the company card with the smiley face.
Michael, you're telling me this Severino ball can't get us a couple rounds of golf?
Yeah. Maybe not the Severino ball.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually, I don't know. We don't want to part with Bader either, but actually Boone. We can take that one.
So yeah, give me the Rangers here. Talked about their offense too. Dane Dunning probably going to shut them down. Detroit putting some undecided guy out there, bullpen guy probably. So give me the Rangers. I'll say they win this one 6-2.
Are you fully a believer now
in the Rangers?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I honestly other than Dunning, I know they
DeGrom.
As DeGrom has been still injured. I think Eovaldi actually has pitched well. But he's kind of inconsistent, and I feel like their bats, it may cool off. So maybe they'll do well in the regular season, maybe make the postseason, wild card, maybe, but I don't think they're gonna pass that.
You haven't heard anything on DeGrom. It's still probably a little while.
Yeah. Let's see. Michael says, "Wow, great idea, Renee, to the wiffle ball," and then says Barnes. I saw the collection yesterday, and wow. He says, your boy is the man. We will definitely get him some DTV merch.
Oh,
says,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got it, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're all pumped up about that. So, I'm going to go with the Astros. They've been kind of on a heater recently. You got, I believe, is it Hunter Brown? I just want to make sure that. It is Hunter Brown. Yeah. 24 years old. Been impressive this year. 5-1, 3.12, 66 strikeouts.
Wow.
And that's over the course of 57 innings and only 18 walks. So more than a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. In Minnesota, I mean, Correa has been a train wreck.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mets seemingly dodging a bullet, as well as the Giants for not signing him. And it's so interesting that Central.
Unknown caller.
I have an unknown caller. Do they should answer it?
Yeah, I think it's prefer.
That'd be crazy. Hello? Hello?
Prefer?
Oh man, imagine if it was, dude. Imagine if it was.
If it was.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I did. Just interesting.
Correa.
The Central, somebody's got to win it.
I know.
But the
It's so
Twins, I
bad.
mean, they're hovering around 500, 28 and 27. But Varland on the mound. But I don't know. I just feel like the Houston, the train tracks are going to be running with home runs.
Yeah.
Alvarez, Altuve just hit his first home run of the year. I know he had missed some time to start. So I just don't think this is gonna be close. I think Brown will stifle the Twins lineup. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 5 hits, 1 earned run. End of the day, all amounts to 8-3 Astros over the Twins.
Love it. I think my last pick, I'm gonna go with the Braves. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna get swept by the A's here. A's, I want to say, has not swept the series all season. Must be.
No way. Have they swept one?
Yeah, no way, dude. And I don't think they're gonna sweep the Braves. As much as I would love the Braves to keep losing, obviously. But I just can't see it. Even the Braves with some offense here, I think they're gonna go back to their old ways. They could win this game. I'm gonna say 8-3. Just simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have it, dude. Oh, you gotta make your last pick. That's right. Sorry.
Trying to cut me off there, Tony.
Bad, dude. What are you gonna take? Orioles?
Last pick here. I am gonna go with the Brewers. They are at the Blue Jays. Alek Manoah.
Oh, the fade.
You poked the bear.
The shade.
Michael knows it. You're gonna find yourself in a scenario that you don't want to find yourself.
Open the window.
Open the window. It pours. If it's sunny 20 days in a row, the next day it rains, Michael. And I just I just think that Manoah's going to get shelled. Christian Yelich with 2 home runs off of him. He'll go 6 innings, give up 6 earned, get that ERA almost at 6. And I think Tehran, the former Brave, will pitch well. Inconsistent Blue Jays lineup. And I think it all amounts to a Brewers 8-4 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. Throw a couple shekels up there. Could be a nice payday. Syndergaard's line against the Nationals today. Against Patrick Corbin.
Patrick Corbin, I know, so tough, dude. It's got to be the pitching matchup of the century, dude.
Corbin's been pitching better, though, than he had been.
What's his ERA? Still like a 5.45?
4.58. For him,
wow.
That's very low.
Interesting. Syndergaard, 3 innings. Not 3 to third. Give him 3 to third. Giving up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks.
Wow. What does he top out at on the gun?
95.
95.
Yeah.
Wow. So
topping out.
I just wanted to see here. We actually, wow. It's crazy. Usually there's not back to back games, right? Because we're still when does the Stanley Cup start?
Saturday.
Yeah. The NBA's tomorrow.
That's right.
Wow. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. I was really surprised at the big break the NHL took between the conference finals.
You think it's like something we've talked about many times, just missing the boat, not taking advantage of the platform?
Yeah, I think so. And I think obviously they wanted to wait till Saturday, the weekend, the games, whatnot. I'll be watching.
What is it? There's a guy I mean, I'm probably saying it wrong because the Rangers, it seems like it's been a while. Like you would have thought they would have named a coach by now. I'm hearing Peter DeBoer. Do you know who that is?
Peter DeBoer.
Yeah.
The name kind of sounds familiar, but no, I don't think. Is it like, can I spell it?
I mean, I was thinking like D. Oh, yes. Like try that maybe.
Dubois? Peter Dubois? This guy? No, not the guy from the Presbyterian Church. Let's see.
Oh, Peter Lav.
Oh, Laviolette?
Yeah,
No.
who is that?
I want to say that dude coached
The Flyers?
No, the Predators, I think, forever.
Oh, did he just get fired this year?
No, he got fired a little while ago, I think, because he was with the Predators for a while. Capitals most recently. Yeah, that's right. The Caps canned him
This year.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I'm not huge on him, honestly. I mean, I guess the guy's been in the league for a really long time, I suppose. Like the Predators were competitive, but they never won anything. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's nothing like that knocks my socks off, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was coach at Carolina when they won in 2005, but other than that, he's lost in 2 Stanley Cup finals. And then if you look at it, I mean, he hasn't been past the first round since 2017. Had a Capitals team, veteran team, older but talented, and went 3-8 in the playoffs, missed the playoffs this year.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, Boomer, he's a huge Rangers fan. He was kind of like saying that it's important. He doesn't want to do a retread, that he wants just a first-time head coach type of deal.
Really?
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I would typically, for me, I would go like someone who's won the cup before.
Yeah, but it's just like, I feel like there's not a ton of guys.
No, there's one guy. He coached Detroit to a cup in 2008. I forget his name though. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, this guy, Mike Babcock.
Oh, Babcock.
Yeah, he coached with before the Detroit Red Wings. I think he was with the Anaheim Ducks. He was with the Red Wings for a while, won in 2008, and I think they never missed the playoffs every year he would coach. Like,
oh, okay.
Pretty sure he's not picked up or anything.
What? Oh, I was thinking of Ken Hitchcock.
Ken Hitchcock.
Ken Hitchcock, right?
Yeah.
Veteran coach.
Yes, veteran coach. Oh wow, he actually stopped coaching after Toronto in 2020. Interesting.
Just won the Stanley Cup with Detroit and then 2 Western Conference championships. What team is that?
Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, weird seeing that.
It is weird to see that, right? They're actual, yeah. So, yeah, dude.
But you don't think, like, I don't know. I just feel like I guess Quinn was someone on the younger side, but like that it would be, go something different. Get the next, coaching prospect phenom, or do you think that thing doesn't exist?
I don't know.
Is hockey different? You would know better than me, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton of like 30-year-old head coaches, right?
No, not really. And every coach, like, I don't know, a lot of player coaches that came into the league too that were young, like from the get-go, didn't do well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I think it's actually funny. The Predators, I think, did hire a guy who was pretty solid.
Yeah, I just John Hines. Oh no, the Predators fired John Hines. Yeah. Capitals hire Spencer Carberry.
Andrew Brunette, that replaced John Hines for the Predators.
Oh, okay.
And then I think
and Trotz pulled the trigger.
He's the GM somewhere.
He's
for the
Predators.
The Predators GM?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
Like, good for him for being the GM. But yeah, it should be pretty interesting.
I mean, but you have,
I think John Hines coached the Panthers last year. Who coached the Panthers last year? No. Because the interim coach came in for Quenneville.
Oh yeah. Wait, they let him go
after the season? Yeah.
Wow.
No, not the fucking Carolina Panthers. Let's see, list Paul Maurice right now. Oh yeah, Andrew Brunette. It was him. He was the interim coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they flamed out in the playoffs. That's why.
Yeah. Interesting. So I mean, that's kind of good for the Predators, honestly, picking him up and Trotz.
But you want Laviolette like over anybody or
Laviolette?
Yeah.
No.
No, so which guy?
Mike Babcock was
Babcock is the guy you
I
want.
was talking about. I kind of like it. I think it's a good pick. Again, he's been around the league for a while. He's coaching the West Coast, coached Detroit, coached Toronto. I guess it doesn't say a lot.
Do you know, is he more of a disciplinarian or a player's coach?
A player's coach for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you think that bodes well, with this group?
I think so. Again, these guys have been through a lot of coaches. Again, think of like the more veteran players too, Chris Kreider, who's been here, forever, dude. I mean, he's been through so many coaches. Like I think having a player's coach it's going to smooth the transition, I think. And again, he seems like someone who's not necessarily set in his ways, so he'll be able to kind of adapt his coaching style to what these players have been doing. It's pretty like delicate, honestly. The Rangers team going through the entire rebuild process, bringing these young prospects. And then again, the coaching changes, bringing those veterans at the trade deadline. I mean, it's pretty hectic, honestly.
But the only thing I'm concerned about is we've seen them come up short. We've seen them, I guess, especially this year, just not be tough in the clutch. Do you think going with a softy at coach could backfire?
I mean, I don't think Gallant was a softy.
But I'm saying, but I feel like the problem he had he's gonna rip your head off, but he just didn't have the adjustments. So that's the thing that they need.
He just I don't know. I think from what I've heard from Gallant, he wasn't the locker room speech guy. Which I think as a coach, you're kind of I think as a coach, it's important to let the leader of the team emerge, a player for sure, but you're still a coach. I guess you still have to have that.
You can't be Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, dude. You can't do that.
Yeah.
How you gonna win?
Yeah. So it's just really, I mean, it's gonna be, I think, one of the more interesting off seasons that they've had in a while.
That's for sure.
And I know, the rebuild was accelerated, so that changed things, a little bit, changed expectations. But do you expect a lot of movement in terms of guys that played prominent roles last year that, maybe a guy or two that we're not expecting may be traded? Or, I mean, what do you think?
The only thing I can think of is, certain players, that were acquired and our free agents could be leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I think Miller's going to stay. He's a free agent.
Kane's gone.
Kane's probably going to be gone.
Tarasenko
is I think a 50-50 shot
Mott's
of staying.
gone.
Yeah. But I think in terms of normal guys, I think we're going to still see
you don't think we're going
to
wake up?
We're going to see Trocheck.
You really want to see Trouba?
Do I want to see Trouba? I think it was a really good year for him, honestly.
Really?
I think there was significant growth.
But is the growth, I don't know, is it not visible on a stat sheet?
For him, what stats are you looking for? It depends. Do you want to see him get 40 goals? You're not going to see that.
Don't look it up. Plus minus.
Oh, plus minus for Trouba. He's definitely on the ice for a lot of goals. I'm going to say minus 17.
I'm going to say minus 40.
That's ridiculous.
No, but the defenseman doesn't score much. Plus 7.
Oh,
wait, what? I'm blanking. What did you do?
I said minus 17.
Oh, minus 17. Okay. He was plus 25 though the year before.
Yeah, he wasn't the captain.
But I don't know. I know it's not.
Look at his performance here. As physical as he was, right? Last season, 207 hits. This year, he had 218 hits, 196 block shots. I think that's really that's important for a defenseman for sure, right there. Again, takeaways, he had 32. Giveaways, only 49, which were down from last season, and he had just as much ice time.
And then you think, I'm not, campaigning for it, but you think 0% chance, they try to get creative and trade Kreider or Zibanejad?
Yeah, dude, there's no way. How could you trade? How? You're better off trying to. I know you signed Hedel, so he's sticking around here. They're gonna probably try and move, if anyone, Kakko and Lafreniere.
But that's not gonna fetch much, is it?
It could. Youthfulness, there's still promise there.
but you're not getting back younger guys. You're getting like a 30, 31-year-old.
You're gonna get like good mid-level guys, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that there's some good that can come from that. Again, I don't think like because what do you want to do? You want to trade Kreider for someone else who's good, or like a couple like young, or like a bunch of young players? Like,
maybe as part of a package, and they did say everything's on the table, to like get, I don't know, Austin Matthews or something.
You love these packages, huh? So like a Kreider, like Lafreniere, and Kako,
Miller, Hedel, and 3 draft picks
for Austin Matthews.
Yeah, because you need that.
That's way too much for Austin Matthews. The guy's never won anything either, dude. He doesn't fucking make it deep in the playoffs.
York, he'll be better.
No, he won't, dude. No.
But Tony, I don't know. In the short time that I've been following the Rangers, I want a guy that I know confidently is top 3 to top 5, and I just feel like we're stuck with top 15 to top 20.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Oh man, I know we need someone who like scores, a lot.
Like a Kachuk.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Can we get one?
I mean, again, like you're Austin Matthews could be your guy if you want just goal scoring like that. But I mean, you give up a lot. That's a lot. I mean, think about it too. If you really want to think about it from a numbers perspective, I mean, all those guys certainly have had more goals collectively than Austin Matthews this season.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And the draft picks. I mean, I would hesitate less to give away the draft picks.
5 draft picks: Kako, Lafreniere, Miller, Hedel for Connor Bedard.
Wow. See, that's so risky because the guy's never played in the NHL before.
Dean was tight when I suggested that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's tough, dude.
It's tough too because they're never gonna be in that position to draft somebody that high.
I know they're not. Connor Bedard, dude, good for Chicago. It's such a crazy story.
Imagine, then they turn it around and like how quickly the Kraken did this year. They could have something similar next year.
Yeah, and again, like Chicago. I mean, you talk about how they were used to being on top of the world when Patty Kane was in his prime and everything. Like,
with Taves and just new head coach by
second week of June.
So
let's say by June 14th.
Jimmy's twirling his fingers a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of Jimmy.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Michael says Jimmy Jordan, it's official. The DNA test has come out.
2 questions for you. Number 1, because you know Michael better than anybody or as good as anybody.
Right.
Is he serious when he says that? Number 1.
About the DNA test?
Yeah. 50-50?
Yeah, I really do think it's 50-50.
And then number 2, do you buy it?
If he is his son?
Yeah.
I think it's very possible.
Really?
But I mean, I don't. But part of me is like, why wouldn't Jordan claim him?
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess it's like he could speak to it better than me, but it's like other than him being like really good, like where's the connection? Am I missing something?
I mean, they do. I know Mike told me like he was in wherever he was from.
Of course, this isn't true, but it's fun to see the theories fans come up with. One theory had Jordan playing game in Atlanta that much before Butler was born.
Right. And yeah, they'll look alike. They do look alike, dude. When you really put them side by side.
Yeah, but like, you know what it is though? The reason why I'm not going to buy it is because Michael Jordan doesn't care about what anybody thinks, anything. So this was some, accident child or, having an affair, cover up, all that. He wouldn't care. He would stare it straight in the face.
You think so?
Yeah, don't you?
I don't know. Maybe there's something more behind it.
Isn't that a little Buffer-ish though?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. It is very speculative. Very. Here we go. Yeah. Not the DNA, but I do think he's his son. Jordan was in Houston 9 months prior to the birth of Jimmy, who was born in Houston.
Oh my God.
I think they said Atlanta. Didn't they just say Atlanta?
You know what? I think if he was actually his son, he would have won a title by now.
Oh.
Stop, Tony. Stop. But
Wow, is that real? He had long hair like this?
Yeah, I don't know. He was just trolling everybody before the season. But
Oh, it's Houston, yeah.
You seem like you're split, but if you had to, son or no son?
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
I would say no son. Again, like I don't know, I just feel like Jordan would have said something. Like, what does Jordan have to lose at this point to admit?
Yeah.
Is Jordan married right now?
Yeah, but I think second
why? Second,
yeah.
is it still? It's not the Space Jam family.
No.
No.
It's like I think they only got married within the last 5 years or something. Yvonne or something.
Yvonne.
So I mean, are any juice for you for the finals?
NBA Finals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am a Jimmy Butler fan. I do appreciate the work ethic. So
yeah.
I think that tomorrow night, I think it's definitely worth to watch, dude. For sure. Like, I would like to watch it.
And it'll be. I just feel like though, ratings wise, I could see it. Dog will be all over it, but I could see it being a struggle. Just market share wise.
Really?
Yeah.
What's on tomorrow night though?
It's not that anything's on tomorrow night. I think it's just like
Thursday
the
night?
size of those respective markets and then the fan enthusiasm. I think maybe Denver will post strong numbers, but Miami
Definitely.
been there, done that, not expected to win. I don't think the fan support will be as strong.
I don't know, man. You were saying that before too, when they were playing Boston, Miami, and they were like packed house. Like,
I'm just saying, there's no way that Miami's going to win. I would like to see it somewhat, but then I do also think Jokic just deserves it.
No, I agree. I think it's going to
Murray,
be so tough, dude. Yeah.
It's going to be a really tough task.
Bruce Brown.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about. What do you think about what Buffer said with Bally Sports?
Oh,
the payments, all of that.
He said MLB took over Padres broadcast Wednesday after Bally misses payment. These payments were used to sign players. Could there be a fire sale in the Padres?
But I think MLB is still going to pay them money, right?
Yeah. I don't understand like what. Like I never
just search Bally Sports. What do we got?
Maybe take over misses payment. Wow. Padres game beginning Wednesday after Diamond Sports misses a rights fees payment to the regional sports network parent company and let the grace period expire. Diamond Sports, which owns 19 networks under the Bally Sports banner, says that they decided not to provide additional funding to the San Diego RSN that would enable it to make the rights payment to the San Diego Padres during the grace period and will no longer be broadcasting Padres games after Tuesday. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but the Padres aren't losing the money.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the organ.
It's one of those things like all the resources and revenue streams that company has. Like somebody did something. Like let's just say that.
Oh, you think so? You think there's like some embezzlement?
Well, I mean, how does the money just disappear? Like,
no, you're right. I mean, they own 19 parent companies. Like they got to be somewhat profitable. No, unless possibly they overstretch their hand.
Their allotment.
Yeah, dude.
But
Buffer does say it's not fair. MLB pays Padres, but not the Pirates. Bally Sports contract was worth $1.2 billion. Right. So MLB pays the Padres for the broadcasting rights now?
I don't. Yeah, no. I guess they would be taking over for them.
Yeah, but like I don't think it's just like they take over the contract. Like,
yeah,
that can't be right. And then it's like, but also on the other hand, it's like, so if no one takes it, then what are they going to do? Just not broadcast the games?
No, that's the thing. They have to.
So. Yeah, so the MLB may be just doing it for the time period. I would imagine though this Bally thing. I mean, they're breaking a contract, right? That's probably not good for them if they're breaching.
Well, yeah,
contracts.
I mean, they're done. They're cooked. I mean, we knew that going into this season.
Yeah, so it's tough.
Who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah, How did we get here?
Before?
How did we get to talking to hockey? Yeah, like
well, just that I was like, oh, the finals hasn't started.
Right.
And then
crazy.
And then Michael said the thing about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
we started talking about the finals and then Preferred.
Are you watching NBA finals?
I'll tune in, but I'm not gonna be like, glued in.
We're in Denver.
Denver, yeah. Altitude.
10:00 game.
It says 8:30, which is basically 8:50, I would imagine, 8:47.
That's annoying.
No, dude. But you want to stay up till midnight watching NBA, right?
Not really.
Not really, dude.
When will MLB take over the Yankees broadcast from Yes, dude?
Never prefer.
It's actually funny. We were at the bar on Monday. Actually, a great bar in West Haven, called the Dive Bar. Have you ever been?
No.
We also were Prime 111 actually on Monday. You
when you saw my mannequin or whatever.
Yeah. The doppelganger. Dude,
yeah.
dude, the whole family. It was him and the girl with the dad.
That was insane.
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have you been to Prime 111?
Tony.
Yes. Okay. So how's the food there?
I really like it, but I'm guessing that you had something bad.
No. Well, no, I had nothing wrong with the restaurant, but Mike and Renee didn't want to eat there.
It seemed like there was gonna be more to the story.
That's it, dude. They just didn't want to eat there.
Oh, so you didn't?
We went there with Mike's mom. Lovely time. Had the nachos. I had a old fashioned, a maple bourbon old fashioned, delicious. Nachos were very good, and then we bounced, and then we went to Dive Bar for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the price tag maybe on average a little.
Oh
higher,
my god, definitely higher. Yeah.
But good quality. The lobster cob is unbelievable.
Really.
And
I wanted to get like the ribs,
the
like
steak
the
sandwiches.
Oh my
and
god,
the burger, the market salad.
Dude, there's probably like 12 things on that menu
right now.
I would have.
It would be amazing.
So ridiculous. Right now, we should go. Outdoor bar area too. TV outside too. Yeah, sick, dude.
Me and Sam actually went on our first date ever there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
So, great spot though. Honestly, business lunches, all that.
Yeah. I bet, dude. And by the time we were leaving, I guess it was like 7:30 maybe or 8 o'clock. So it was like busting inside too and everything.
Yeah.
I forget where I was going with this. West Haven Dive Bar. We were watching. They had a classic. Yes was playing classic Yankee games, and it was a '99 game from. I think they were playing the Montreal Expos.
You talking about the no hitter?
No. Oh wait, yes, David Cohn was pitching. I wasn't really watching it.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, Michael K.
No, John Sterling.
Then no,
pops him up.
This was not it. Michael K was doing the broadcast.
Well, no. So Michael K did the broadcast.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the Yankees would always play a commercial, and it's John Sterling calling it. And man, the classic calls.
It must have been. I guess it was a no hitter. I didn't really recognize it.
Those classic calls are it really gives me shivers.
It's great. I did hear Michael K. I was gonna say sounding like a total chief even back then. Honestly, so annoying. But yeah, that was just what it reminded me of. The first question about yes reminded me of that, and it was cool. He's Jeter.
I just want to hear World Series over. That's a Sterling like American League Championship Series over. Ball game over. He's missed the last few weeks. I guess they're downplaying. I hope he's okay. I know there were some college graduations. Then they said an illness that's not serious, but then he should return after this road trip. So hopefully he's there. Because Justin Shackle, does a decent job filling in, but
not the same.
No. I just the excitement, Tony, the energy. You can't beat good energy.
You really can't.
But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. What's your assessment? I mean, obviously things have went well here in May. Where are you with the Yankees right now? Like, what do you think?
I mean, I don't see like why things can't continue to go well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it should be pretty interesting to see what happens with the whole Donaldson situation,
Right.
You're getting Stanton back soon, so that's going to help as well. I mean, you really don't have many holes. I mean, everything is pretty solid defensively. Again, just a couple guys I feel like in the lineup that could, use some help. DJ being one of them. IKF, we'll see how,
Yeah. He's playing better than DJ recently.
Yeah. So, but again, it seems like, DJ wasn't playing well. Like now IKF is playing well. So it seems like you have enough guys that can get streaky, that can get hot. And I think it's about just getting hot at the right time at this point.
And is it too that it's like, because there's a lot of talk. Well, it doesn't matter, what they do this regular season. What are they going to do against Tampa, against Houston? And I feel like Tampa, I mean, they showed,
they did well against Tampa.
Yeah, they're pretty even. I think they're down one game in the season series, 4-3. And then with Houston, I think it's like it'll be tough, but it's the road has gotten easier. They don't have the same pitching staff that they used to. They don't have to worry about Verlander. It seems like Altuve's in a decline. So it's like it's not impossible that they could beat them. And I think they will look, if it's another ALCS, I mean, it won't even their performance will be so much stronger than it was last year, where it seemed like they had no shot.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a shot. They got swept last year, so like you would imagine it's gonna be better than getting swept.
Dead honest opinion: percentage of defeating the Astros in the ALCS.
I mean, the Astros still have good pitchers. Who's their guy? Garcia? No,
he's out for the season. Valdez, you're thinking of?
Yeah, Framber Valdez.
Yeah.
Garcia's out for the season.
Tommy John, fantasy.
That's tough, dude.
Dude, how about I got completely porked before you answer this question? Fantasy pitchers that I drafted, 18-team league, but Garcia, Lodolo, Lance Lynn, Tyler Anderson, Noah Syndergaard, Brady Singer.
Oh, wait, how's Singer doing?
Terrible.
Really?
The best guy I drafted was Andrew Heaney, and he's actually pitching well. We talked about Waka. He saved the day. But you talk about a bad luck.
Yeah, that's really bad luck, dude.
And that was coming off last year, having Manoah, having Gilbert, having Rodon.
Yeah.
And then having that. So
it's crazy.
It's tough. But if you had to say percentage,
I would say like a 70%.
70% chance of winning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly.
It's time.
I mean, especially like if they're playing the way they are now.
Yeah.
They scored fucking 30 runs in 3 games. Like,
yeah. No, exactly. Because people are too much on the radio singing the blues. They can't. And I know, listen.
Singing the blues about what?
No, just that they didn't change the team enough to beat the Astros, but then other people were debating that point, saying that, and even Derek Jeter alluded to this, the best teams do the best in the regular season.
Right.
The hot teams win the World Series.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So and it's like, how are they not due to be hot in the postseason? Like red hot. Like
I know.
6-7 runs every night. I mean, they're due.
They are due.
So
the Mets.
Yeah. It's a shame that it's so far away, but hey.
The World Series? Don't wish the whole season away, Brian. Jeez.
But Tony, that's the pinnacle.
Yes, no, that is the pinnacle. It's going to be great. Why don't we just enjoy the Stanley Cup final first? Are you watching the Cup final?
I mean, I'll turn it on.
Saturday night? You got 8 TVs in your house.
8 TVs, I want a World Series though.
Right. We got to wait.
Yeah. Only a few months.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy, dude.
But good stuff. Exciting time of year. Be fun to do a leaderboard update tomorrow at Muirfield Village.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully talking about 2 more New York wins. I definitely don't remember the last time we went back to back.
No way,
double
never.
wins. So why not today? Right?
Yeah, why not?
But really appreciate everybody tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch, downtimetv.com, spring in the air. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees for Tony's sake.
Let's go Mets, baby.
And we'll see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.